And that's the issue, is that you have now the government officially establishing direct connections. I mean, direct, like into their database and operating systems of big tech. I don't know how that's legal. When I ran operations, you had to have a specific predicate or intelligence indicator that something was a threat. You couldn't just go fishing, and that's what they allowed. That's what the FBI sought and was allowed to have in big tech. And to your point, by proxy is the very issue, Steve, is that they were allowed by proxy to malign American citizens they didn't like, and more importantly,
here's the question:
the First Amendment.
If the government did that, Tony, and clearly if the intercept reporting is accurate, which I believe it is, and Eric Schmidt, the Attorney General from Missouri, also a Senate candidate, getting the information that he has secured, is it a crime? Because to me, it has to be considered a crime. The United States government censoring the information that goes to hundreds of millions of people, shutting down people like me or you or whomever they don't like the narrative. It's settled science, whatever that science might be, whether it is or isn't.
Right.
Talking about COVID origins, the efficacy of the vaccine, the war in Afghanistan, the war in Ukraine was listed as one of the things that they're trying to control the narrative. I don't think we have any business at all being in Ukraine. If you haven't heard me say that, you have now. I think we have no interest there at all, except that there's a lot of money there, a lot of tawdry people there, a lot of sketchy folks there, and it's a problem for me. And these are the areas that they were concerned about. What does that tell you?
No accountability for all the money we sent them. No, it's all the things that you and I would agree upon, I think, as Americans who seek fairness under the Constitution and the laws of the land, and recognize that we do not. I'm with George Washington. We don't need to be looking for foreign entanglements, and that's exactly what Ukraine is at this point. There's no there for us, and there's no strategy for dealing with what we're trying to accomplish. And again, Steve, $80 billion. And we're not even accounting for that yet. We can't.
Counting.
We can't account, and we can't help veterans on the streets. We can't help the homeless. But we're Johnny on the spot for all these new weapons. And by the way, nobody's tracking where the weapons are going. There's a credible report out today.
Nobody knows. Listen, nobody knows where the weapons are going. Nobody knows where the money is going. Nobody's paying attention. You know, Zelensky, make no mistake, he's getting wealthy off this deal. If he lives through this war, he is a wealthy oligarch. That's what he is. But here, back to, I didn't get to the question.
Sure.
The United States government, by proxy, using these companies, using these portals to the back door to censor, to change, to modify narratives in whatever fashion, is it criminal?
It is civil, and it is civilly criminal by the fact they've broken certain restrictions and prohibitions regarding American government having influence over political issues. Yes, I can't cite them off the top of my head, but I could track them down. And criminally, yes, you've seen two categories of abuse. First off, the abuse of Title 18 capabilities, which are designed for law enforcement purposes, being used for purposes of attacking political speech.